Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Economics, the utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The consumption of energy has increased steadily. The process of taking food into the body through the mouth, as by eating. The act of consuming something. Involving the lungs with progressive wasting of the body. Economics, the utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. Accepted or habitual practice. Economics, the utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The period of time permitted by commercial usage for the payment of a bill of exchange, especially a foreign bill of exchange. Exerting shrewd or devious influence especially for one's own advantage. Use up, consume fully. Avail oneself to. Use care when going down the stairs. Economics, the utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The act of using. He warned against the use of narcotic drugs. Take or consume, regularly or habitually. She uses drugs rarely. What something is used for. Ballet is beautiful, but what use is it? Psychology, an automatic pattern of behavior in reaction to a specific situation, may be inherited or acquired through frequent repetition. Long use had hardened him to it. Law, the exercise of the legal right to enjoy the benefits of owning property. We were given the use of his boat. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. Use your head. A particular service. He put his knowledge to good use. Habitually do something or be in a certain state or place, use only in the past tense. She used to call her mother every week, but now she calls only occasionally. Seek or achieve an end by using to one's advantage. She uses her influential friends to get jobs. Economics, the utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The process of taking food into the body through the mouth, as by eating. The act of inhaling, the drawing in of air, or other gases, as in breathing. An opening through which fluid is admitted to a tube or container. The process of taking food into the body through the mouth, as by eating. The process of taking food into the body through the mouth, as by eating. A process of taking up or using up or consuming. They developed paper napkins with a greater uptake of liquids. Money paid out. An amount spent. The act of spending money for goods or services. The act of consuming something. The act of consuming something. Involving the lungs with progressive wasting of the body. Involving the lungs with progressive wasting of the body. Involving the lungs with progressive wasting of the body. An addiction to a drug, especially a narcotic drug. Involving the lungs with progressive wasting of the body. Claim as due or just. The bank demanded payment of the loan. Required activity. There were many demands on his time. Require is useful, just, or proper. This position demands a lot of personal sacrifice. A condition requiring relief. There is a demand for jobs. An urgent or peremptory request. His demands for attention were unceasing. Ask to be informed of. I demand an explanation. Lay legal claim to. Request urgently and forcefully. The victim's family is demanding compensation. Summon to court. The ability and desire to purchase goods and services. The automobile reduced the demand for buggy whips. The act of demanding. The kidnapper's exorbitant demands for money. An organic process that takes place in the body. An organic process that takes place in the body. Respiratory activity. The state of being active. His sphere of activity. The trait of being active, moving or acting rapidly and energetically. The level of activity declines with age. A process existing in or produced by nature, rather than by the intent of human beings. Volcanic activity. Any specific behavior. They avoided all recreational activity. Chemistry, the capacity of a substance to take part in a chemical reaction. Catalytic activity. An organic process that takes place in the body. An organic process that takes place in the body. The act of decreasing something markedly. The state of being depleted. Infection transmitted by inhalation or ingestion of tubercle bacilli and manifested in fever and small lesions, usually in the lungs but in various other parts of the body in acute stages. Infection transmitted by inhalation or ingestion of tubercle bacilli and manifested in fever and small lesions, usually in the lungs but in various other parts of the body in acute stages. Infection transmitted by inhalation or ingestion of tubercle bacilli and manifested in fever and small lesions, usually in the lungs but in various other parts of the body in acute stages. A metallic element of the rare earth group, used in lasers, occurs in apatite and monazite and xenotime and ytterbite. A unit of information equal to 1000 gigabits or 10 to the power of 12, 1 trillion, bits. A unit of information equal to 1000 gigabytes or 10 to the power of 12, 1 trillion, bytes. A unit of information equal to 1024 gigabytes or 2 to the power of 40, 1,099,511,627,776 bytes. Buying expensive services and products in order to flaunt your wealth. The act of consuming liquids. Chemistry, the absorption of a liquid by a solid or gel. Give suck to. The wet nurse suckled the infant. Provide sexual gratification through oral stimulation. The act of sucking. Take in, also metaphorically. Be inadequate or objectionable. This sucks. Attract by using an inexorable force, inducement, etc. The current boom in the economy sucked many workers in from abroad. Draw into the mouth by creating a practical vacuum in the mouth. Suck the poison from the place where the snake bit. Draw something in by or as if by a vacuum. Mud was sucking at her feet. The act of sucking. The act of sucking. A force over an area produced by a pressure difference. Empty or clean, a body cavity, by the force of suction. Suction the uterus in an abortion. Remove or draw away by the force of suction. The doctors had to suction the water from the patient's lungs. The act of swallowing. One swallow of the liquid was enough. Tolerate or accommodate oneself to. I swallowed the insult. Enclose or envelop completely, as if by swallowing. The huge waves swallowed the small boat and it sank shortly thereafter. Take back what one has said. He swallowed his words. Pass through the esophagus as part of eating or drinking. A small amount of liquid food. Believe or accept without questioning or challenge. Am I supposed to swallow that story? Engulf and destroy. The Nazis swallowed the Baltic countries. Keep from expressing. I swallowed my anger and kept quiet. Small long-winged songbird noted for swift graceful flight and the regularity of its migrations. Utter indistinctly. She swallowed the last words of her speech. The act of swallowing. The act of drinking alcoholic beverages to excess. The act of consuming liquids.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.